If you want to go ahead and share your screens, you can see myself, but you can see Leo, Ryan. Chris Coombe is another Autodesk employee. He's actually my manager. So please heckle him as much as possible. Just kidding, don't do that. But he's here for a little bit of moral support on this bright and not so sunny California morning. So we have a little bit of an agenda, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and we're gonna introduce myself, we're gonna introduce Ryan and Leo. We're gonna walk through a little bit of the Student Group Hub that we're really excited that you guys are a part of and helping us soft launch. Go over a few plans of the future, and then what we're gonna do is open it up for Q&A. So if you guys wanna say hi or chat or tell me a joke, anything like that, feel free, we're here. And again, I very much appreciate you coming. So I'll go ahead and introduce myself first. My name is Amanda Kinley. I'm the Group Hub owner and the Senior Community Program Manager. I've been working with Autodesk for, believe it or not, 10 years at this point. I have no clue what happened in my youth, but for 10 years at this point in a bunch of different roles. I've done customer service. So if you were having problems with your software or your account, you might have talked to me about 10 years ago. I was actually on the original launch of the Twitter at Autodesk Help. Now it's at Autodesk Community for a while ago. And I am not technical at all, to tell you the truth. So I am not skilled in products at all. I'm definitely much more of a people person and a getting things done and figuring out the best way to do it person. So I am in awe of everybody that can use the products like you guys can and really get the most out of them. So to be honest with you, I can't even make a circle. I can't lie, but I can work out the issues in your account and do kind of like the back end things. I've been on the community team for almost 2 years now, under Chris Coombe, who's my manager. And we're really excited to make it so that the students are part of the greater community and that you all can get really integrated and really combined with the community and make sure that you're getting the best out of Autodesk that you can. I really want to see everybody succeed and have a good time doing it. I'm hoping that you'll join me and you'll be right there with me. Outside of Autodesk, pretty much what I do is I hike and I take care of my zoo of animals. I have a lot of animals. I am a pretend homesteader, so I try to grow a lot of my own food, that kind of a thing. And I try to fall down as little as possible. And I'm incredibly clumsy in real life. And if you could actually see me right now, I'm full of cuts and scrapes from a fall that I took last night. So that is me. Go ahead and Ryan, you're next.
Good morning, good evening, good night, all that kind of good stuff. I hope. Thank you guys for joining. A little bit about me. I am a Autodesk intern. My exact position title is a community. I'm the community intern. Basically, I'm helping them develop this website for you guys. I really like woodworking and running. Those are my favorite hobbies. I currently go to Boise State University in the United States. And currently my time is 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not as bad as Amanda, but I'm still pretty early for me. I'm getting a mechanical engineering degree. Hopefully, that's the plan at least, and hopefully I can come back next year as another intern with a more engineering specific position. But I've really enjoyed my time here and it's coming to an end, but I'm still working hard for the next few weeks to make sure that this is the best website possible for you guys. So, yeah.
Awesome, thanks Ryan. And then who everybody really wants to hear for is the famous Leo. The Leo that has been around on Ambassador Hub. We all love him, we all know him.
Thanks for piling on the pressure.
If you haven't actually met him in person before, Leo, go ahead and take it away.
So hello, I'm Leo. I've been kind of involved with the Autodesk for probably now my second, possibly third year that I've kind of been with the education and the kind of community team. I've kind of been going everywhere wherever the education community goes. I pack up and follow the circus.
That's a nice way to say it, Leo.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. I travel about and trying to make sure it's best for the students and get your opinions and feedback. And so if it's not feasible, we refine it, and where it is, we get it going and kind of just make sure it's the best place for students. Outside of forums and Autodesk, I'm an outdoorsy person. I'm a kayaker, climber. I like to get outside. Lockdown has been terrible for that, and so I'm glad to be free.
There's a heat wave. right, Leo? Even though there's a heat wave, I know that it
And
might
yes,
not.
there's a heat wave, and being British, it's almost our right to complain about the weather. It's too hot, too cold, too rainy, too snowy. Our house is not built for this heat, but we complain nonetheless.
There we go. There's Leo. There's Leo. You'll see him a lot more around the forums and everything like that. Again, I know that everybody already knew him. So thank you, Leo. We appreciate everything that you do. Definitely. I could not have done this without Leo and without Ryan and without the support of my manager, Chris Coombe. Not that I'm just saying that because you are on this call, Chris. But so we're going to go ahead and cut over now, and we're going to walk through the Student Group Hub. I've been adding a few little things here and there, and I'm not sure if people have really noticed it or realized it. So I want you guys to go ahead and get a heads up on what is happening. So let me go ahead and exit this one out right here. And just making sure, Leo, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect, because it is 6 a.m. and who knows. So overall, we're going to go ahead and just walk through the forum. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And then hopefully Ryan will let me know so that I can stop talking. I have a horrible habit of talking over questions. So again, Student Group Hub, again, thank you guys, welcome. There's always going to be work going on this, and I would like to thank you guys again for being part of our soft launch. And the soft launch, I don't know if you realized it, for the last month, it's just been members of the Ambassador Hub and a couple of Autodesk employees in here. That's because we knew that you guys were the people that made the Ambassador Hub work. You were used to you were used to interacting on the forums. You were used to making things work. So we wanted you guys to get in here first, get your feedback, get, all of the kinks worked out before inviting the general population at large, which we are extremely excited to do hopefully next week. So this is a Student Group Hub as it is right now. And as you guys have seen here, this is called the feed. So if I ever talk about things, I just, the technical way that we refer to it at Autodesk, but this is your main page, right? So this is like Facebook or something else when you open it up and you see what the most active, what the last thing that somebody has posted for is right here. It can be good and bad, which is why, like people can comment on really old posts that you might have forgotten about and bring them back up at the top. You'll see all of the stuff that I'm doing right now, like the special introduction of the Student Group Hub, it's right on top. So that's what you see when you first log in, as you guys know. So feel free to make sure to click in on that and see what's going on. And everything over here on this side, whether it's the forum, it's blog, events, Q&A, the knowledge base, whatever is newest and has the most replies does show up on this feed. So that's excited. You're always kind of up to date, right? So then we're going to go through the knowledge base articles, which Ryan is actually going to talk about because he did most of them for me. So thank you, Ryan. I'm going to click on that. And if you want to talk a little bit about this.
Sure. Okay. So the knowledge base articles, they're articles that you can write that basically help one another. They can have questions, but usually there are articles that help the whole entire community. For example, I've done like frequently asked questions or how to post a screencast, stuff like that. So if you want to post little tutorials, how to get educational software and troubleshooting steps, there's just basically a whole bunch of articles that you can click on that can help you. And you can, if you go to the blue box on the homepage, it says start a topic, you can write your own knowledge base articles, and hopefully that'll just help one another. And I believe that's the main of it.
That is actually the main of it. So thank you, Ryan. I hope that everybody goes and checks those out. We a few of you actually that I see on the call have reached out to me, and you have made sure that and I've actually gone ahead and created articles from people that we are able to admit all. There we go. Sorry, there's more people joining us that we're able to, like evolve and make sure that if something's not clear on the forums, just let me know and I'll go ahead and create an article. Ryan will go ahead and create an article. Leo will as well. The next thing that we're going to look at is these events. This is a little event screen. So this is our first event. It's a brand new kind of function for us. So excuse any hiccups or anything like that. But we're planning on holding a bunch of events because we want the students and we want you guys to really connect with each other. We want to see Leo more. You maybe want to see me more. You want to see Ryan more while he's still here. And we want to be able to make sure that we're providing events for you that are very useful to you, right? Everybody's busy these days. This is time that's taking away from your studies and your family. So we want to make events that are useful to you. So shortly at the end of the call, what we'll be doing is we'll be opening up and letting you guys know how to contact me so that you can suggest events, what's interesting to you. Something kind of cool too is that if I'm going to go ahead and show you this, if you look up the community conversations, that's on part of my team. Community conversations has been going up and running for a little bit, and they use the same kind of format, the event format. And if you go ahead and you look at the current events here, they might be interesting to you. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew how to find these. There's a bunch of AutoCAD, looking under Dynamo, do it yourself with friends, that kind of a thing. So make sure to reach out and look at these Autodesk community conversations as well. I'll be trying to integrate some of these with us because I think it's really cool, and you get to get connectly directed with Autodesk people, Autodesk product managers, Autodesk technical support. They're the ones that are leading these. Some of them are also community led based. So it's going to be interesting for you, and I want to make sure that you know about this because there's a lot of information out there, and you guys all deserve to get the top of it and what's going to help you. So make sure about that. So just make sure on the events, if you see an event that you want to go to, you won't see this. Yours will say attend the event, but make sure to let us know that you're coming. We'll be posting them up again, like I said, so that you guys can see this recording and you can see this going on. So you can see here, there'll always be this, will you be attending? If you click yes, it lets me know that I'm not wasting my time and just gonna be talking to my computer like I do all day long. But you can also RSVP yes on this page and then follow the link below to register to make sure that it reminds you. So that is the event page and how to do it. And then I think you're next, Leo. Talk a little bit about vlogs, which are soon to be coming.
If I actually unmute myself.
Always, right?
Yeah, it's a soon to be coming feature. We're hoping to kind of get some student blogs going. I imagine us kind of on the team will kind of write a blog about what's happening, and we'll kind of keep everyone into the fold there. But it's an opportunity for also students to share their tips, tricks, any kind of going abouts that could be interesting to the community. I think once we kind of get more settled, we'll have kind of an application process and people can apply to kind of be guest bloggers on the Student Group Hub.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you guys, to tell you the truth. Everybody has like I already said, I'm not super technical, so I'm really interested in seeing if there's any tips or tricks that have made your life easier with the products or the programs, anything that's helped you with your studies. We would love a chance to go ahead and feature you guys. And again, at the end of this, there'll be a way to reach out and contact us, and in case you're interested in that. And then, so Ryan, I think that you're next with the Q&As, or Leo, because you did the first Q&A or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, the Q&A section. Yeah, I originally just created, this is just a post, just a welcome post, but also if you have any kind of early doors questions, you can ask them there and I'll just try and answer them. But the whole point of the Q&A section is that either if we can get people from higher up at Autodesk to kind of create a post and have people answer, ask the community team any questions, or down the line, we can kind of expand it to anyone who kind of, if people have broader technical questions that they want to ask and get answers for.
Yeah, so make sure to visit that one, guys. Right now, like I said, it's the soft launch. So as there's, believe it or not, there's almost 500 people in here now. So you're a part of a small but growing group for the soft launch. And again, I think that I've said it before, but we're looking to open it up to everybody next week, next Tuesday and Wednesday. So especially as the schooling kicks back in, a lot of people are out for the summertime right now, at least in America. We'll be able to get a lot more people in here. So you're going to be seen as kind of like the original Student Group Hub members. And I'm excited to see you guys, what you can do with the Q&A, maybe answer some other people's questions, that kind of a thing. The next thing that we're going to do really quick is, and as you can see, there's just this little, if you ever want to get back to the homepage, just always click that. It will take you right back. The next thing that we're going to do is, oh, Leo, how to
again.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so liking and also accepting of solutions are two kind of vital parts you can do as community members on posts. So if Amanda just scrolls down, you see you got the little likey button. Click it if people's posts are helpful. It's quite a good measure of showing which posts are the most beneficial, and also it's a little bit of appreciation back to the person who originally created it. I think everybody appreciates a little bit of a dopamine hit from providing a valued response. And if you either the boss like Amanda is, or you originally created the post, for the response that actually really answers your question, click the accept a solution and it will give you a little green tick and the banner will come up on the original post. So if it's a technical post, it's really worth doing it. If it's more of an open-ended, you don't have to feel as obliged. The biggest thing is making sure only to select the posts that actually really answer your questions, because I've seen some posts where they just accept everything as a solution, which kind of defeats the point.
Yeah, and basically, you guys, it just helps people get to the, if somebody, for example, this one isn't as technical, but if somebody's also looking for a great laptop, it really helps to be able to scroll to the solution and not have to go through many pages of banter, essentially. So just keep that in mind. Throw likes on things. It makes people feel appreciated, like Leo said, and accept solutions so that it's easier for your other students in order to find things. No, fantastic. And then Leo is, I think the next one is you as well, because nobody really wants to hear from me at all. It's Leo. So do you want me to stop sharing my screen so that you can? I think you have it pulled up already.
If you just, you can just bring up the etiquette and standards, because that's kind of...
I think I scrolled past it. Okay, there we go. Great.
Yeah, it's just a kind of a bit of a short section, but the summary of the rules can just be excellent to each other and don't be mean. They're more detailed, but it's kind of the premise of that if everyone's nice to each other, and yeah, it'll be a constructive community. The keep it clean and constructive, I hope, is pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, just be generally nice people. And if you see kind of people not being nice, use the report feature, then me, Amanda, Ryan, and any of the admins can kind of clear it up and make sure it's not there for too long. I think the biggest one is kind of keeping the community kind of flowing and kind of keeping topics on track. It just makes life so much easier. And also, unlike in Fluitive, the post can get quite long here, and it's not as easy to kind of move around. Whereas here, having everything on the same page, on topic, just kind of keeps everything going a bit nicer. Yeah, pretty much just, yeah, feel free to also, mention people, tag people. They get an email, so they know they're actually being responded to. I know you get an email if you've already posted, but if they're not already in the conversation, tagging them can bring them into the fold. And yeah, I think that's kind of the long and short of it. And then just finally some kind of the design challenge specific rules of that. Your work must be your own, and if you have any questions, let us know. We're willing to kind of make rulings specific, because ultimately we want you to be creative, but we don't want to be too limiting or too free on, so you actually follow the brief.
Perfect. And speaking of design challenges, Leo, do you want to talk a little bit about like what you've done in the past, and then like, what we're hoping to implement in the future?
So challenges, we're looking to bring them back to some capacity. Design challenges will probably be the first to come back, just because they're something that we don't rely too much on the platform for, because we can use existing things like the gallery to host everything, and we can set up a survey thing for you to post only via links. Fun stuff and quizzes, we're looking at options. Hopefully they will be coming soon. But yeah, it's kind of working out kind of what we can host on the platform and how we can improve the platform as we build on it.
And that's kind of, thanks, Leo. And that's exactly what we're looking for your feedback on. Anybody that's in this right now or that's watching it in the future, we definitely want to hear what's important to you and what the feedback is. Hopefully we got a great amount of feedback from that survey that we put out on the Autodesk Ambassador Hub. Just to let you know, both I and Ryan, poor Ryan, got to read every single comment, every single rating, and send me a report on it. And I went in and I read it too. So just let you know, everything that you say, we do take really seriously, and we want to be able to build this community to make it a fun place to be and to make you want to be in here. So we did hear that design challenges, being able to see everybody's everybody's work, being able to share your work, being able to get excited about everybody else's. We like it, and I like that too. That's one of the best parts of the community, right? So we're looking at bringing that back, and then the quizzes and everything as well. So that kind of leads into the second part of what I wanted to talk about right now is going forwards and what we're trying to aim for based on your feedback. So I do have to preface this by saying that none of this is guaranteed. It is definitely, this is an acknowledgement of what you've said to me and things that we're looking at implementing, so that you know that you're being heard, and so that you know that we're not just over here doing nothing on the computer all day. We're really trying to make this the community that you want it to be. So number one, I know that you guys worked really hard for your badges on the Ambassador Hub. My goodness, I did not realize how much went into getting the badges on the Ambassador Hub. Leo was just really, really great at creating different levels of challenges and such in order to get badges. So with the help of Leo and Ryan and my boss Chris, we're looking at implementing the badges, and I wanted to assure you guys that before the Autodesk Ambassador Hub actually ends, we are downloading all of the current badges that people have, and we will be taking some of them, not all of them, but the important ones, and making sure that you're recognized for those. So please do not think that all of that was for naught or for nothing. I'm definitely appreciative of all the work that you guys put in, and I want to make sure that that goes forward into this platform as well. Same with the rewards. I know that the rewards were extremely important. I've been lurking for the past year on the Ambassador Hub, so I've been seeing things. I know how the rewards work and that they're important as well. And I'm currently in talks with a lot of people about what we can provide, how we can provide it, what's important to you. And that's one of the things that I want to hear from you about as well. So what's important to you in rewards? What's valuable to you? Like, I don't want to provide something that nobody actually likes. I want it to be valuable. I want you guys to be able to be excited about it and show that Autodesk appreciates your cooperation. Speaking of that, swag, right? Like, now we have a great new logo. There we go. I think that you guys have seen it before. We've had the great new logo. We have swag. One of my favorite things, I belong to a lot of different groups, is showing that I'm a part of that group, right? Like, that's one of the things you want people to ask you about it. You want to be able to have pride that you're a member of the group and connect with other people across the world. So I hear that came out loud and clear on the quizzes, or on the survey. So I want to let you guys know that we've heard it, and things are happening. I can't say when or what or if or anything like that, but I wanted to let you guys know that I definitely heard that. And same with the activities, right? As the lockdowns and the unfortunate, the COVID-19 ebbs and flows in different areas of the world, we want to be really, really sensitive and really, really know that just because things are better in your area doesn't mean that they're better in all of the other areas, or vice versa. So as we look forward to it, we're excited about different in-person events coming back eventually, right? It can't go on forever, knocking on wood. So we're looking at different things, like when Autodesk University comes back, it would be great to have meetups. Some of the groups and the group standards and things, the Autodesk group networks, they're already having in-person meetups and things like that. So I would like to encourage you guys to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the in-person activities and things in the future. For now, we'll be using this little event button, as you can see, to do things like this. Connect virtually, right? Because also we're global. We're all over the world. So it might not be feasible that we ever get to meet in person. I hope that we do. But so just keep an eye on the events, and just know that we're looking forward to doing activities and things like that in the future in person. Leo, I think that speaking of connecting over the internet, because that's all that a lot of people have right now. Some of the other things that we're looking at doing that we can't guarantee, but that we want you guys to know that we're looking at, is about those design challenges and galleries. So go ahead, Leo.
So long term, we're looking to have a little gallery inside our little group hub. So rather than having to put stuff onto the wider gallery, so if we do more crazy stuff, that wouldn't be as great for the the general gallery, we can have stuff on here. So when we've done mismatching products, where we've had people designing basketballs in Revit and houses in Inventor, that's generally goes against the whole ethos of using the correct tool for the job. It gives us a place that is just specific to us and that you guys can really use as your sandpit to build whatever you want in, and it just stays in the group rather than kind of being your general portfolio that everybody can see when they click on your account. And it's kind of just leads into kind of what we plan to do long term. Preface this with kind of, these are what we hope for. There's no kind of guarantee of when or no guarantee of if, but there's something that we really want to strive for. It's also, as Amanda said, the group feed is, the general feed is a bit of a chaotic, I wouldn't say mess, but it is just quite chaotic. There's no way for us to pin stuff. If you click on the actual forums tab, you can see we've got stuff pinned.
I was thinking about it. My internet's a little slow still. It's still 6 a.m. here. So
you see, we've got stuff pinned that stays at the top like we have on the Ambassador Hub. And so anything that's kind of important or worth you guys seeing, it's there. We can't do that for the group feed at the moment. It's something we're looking for. And I think the other thing is kind of getting your feedback. We're probably going to create, I'll probably create a new Q&A post where we can kind of, well, I'll kind of put a question out and you guys can kind of, what do you guys want to see in the future? How do we want to build this hub up? Because we're effectively got a new foundation to work from and we can build it however we really like it. As we can add new stuff that we want specifically that's going to benefit us as students. So if you see good ideas, make sure they get more likes because it kind of gives them more weight and shows more people want to do it, especially because it's far easier for us to see one post with 12 likes than 12 posts with 1 like.
That's exactly it, you guys. It gets a little bit messy. So just if you see an idea that you like, put one of those likes on it so that we know that there is a lot of people behind it that are approving and, you know, and supporting that one. So
because posts do go into pages, whereas on Influitive, you could just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling for 400 plus responses. That's not going to fly on this forum, unfortunately. I think it's like 20 or 25. So fewer posts.
Working on it. But awesome. Yeah. So don't be shy about that, okay, you guys? I really appreciate everybody's feedback, and it's been, you know, and I want to make this good for you. So, and speaking of good for you, the next thing that I wanted to talk about is you might have seen the post a few weeks ago about asking, like, do we want to have a meetup for AU? So I don't know if you guys know this, but Autodesk University actually opened up yesterday for registration. It's online again this year. It's virtual. So I really would encourage everybody here to sign up for Autodesk University and get the most out of that. It is one of the best places to learn great skills about your product and also kind of get a little bit more of community like mentorship and get to meet people and networking. That was the word I was looking for, networking. Even online is still fantastic. So I think that the Student Group Hub is fantastic. And so what I did is I went ahead and I submitted a meetup for it. I hope that we get chosen. So I will keep everybody up to date on that. And hopefully at Autodesk University, which I'm sure everybody's going to go to and participate now after I just said how great it is. And it really is great, even for somebody that doesn't work with the products. It's fantastic. I've gone every year for 10 years now. And I hope that we'll be able to be highlighted in our own meetup. We're going to be public by then. So again, we're going public in a week. So we're going to be public by then. And hopefully there'll be a chance to get people connected and people networking. It'll be a little bit like this, but hopefully a little bit more back and forth. This is more of a me to you guys kind of thing. And I'm hoping that the meetup can be all of us networking and connecting with each other.
Yeah, the meetups are really, really great. I went to some of the event and more the product designy ones last year, but I know this year there's a whole plethora of changes coming through, specifically with them being more time zone friendly. And I know a bit of a debate that there's less classes, but it's better shifted for time zones. So everyone should kind of be seeing classes that are more kind of closer to their time zone and meetups that are more kind of around them, rather than having everything kind of, there was a lot of clashes last time and you had to kind of either go to one or the other. There's hopefully a bit of better pacing this time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think we're almost there. And thanks, Leo, for that, because I went to a lot of meetups yesterday too. And I don't know if I'm just a nerd or I really liked them though, the product meetups. It was great. So I hope everybody checks out Autodesk University online and you get to register and you get to attend. And I hope to see you there. The last thing that was going, Ryan, if you want to introduce that, I think that you're doing a great job on the chat, but also, you know, if anybody, go ahead.
Yeah, no, so right now we are going to open up Q&A. So basically, if you guys have any questions and you want to unmute yourself and ask, feel free. Or you guys can type it in the chat. I know that a lot of people are more comfortable doing that. So do either or, and I will be keeping an eye on the chat. First question we have is, what does the community do for students? Amanda, if you want to touch on that, or Leo, or I can as well, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll start and then maybe Leo can push around. Is that or add to it. So prior, what we're trying to do with the Student Group Hub is prior, you guys were on a different platform, right? So the Autodesk Ambassador Hub was on Influitive, which is a totally different platform, and kind of away from the normal forums. And the forums, I don't know if you guys go there in order to get technical support or anything like that, but the forums are so popular and they're full of such knowledge and experts and mentors and expert elites and people that really want to help. So having the students away from the main platform of the forums, it wasn't as helpful to you guys as it should have been, to tell you the truth, because then you had to navigate to lots of different places. You were separated from the greater Autodesk community. And as students, it's really important for you guys to be able to connect with the community, to be able to network, to be able to rise in your rank here so that people can see that you know what you're talking about, that you've been around Autodesk, that you know the products, you can take advantage of our great learning paths. That's another thing that I've been posting about on the Student Group Hub, is our learning paths are fantastic. So I wanted to bring you guys into the fold and have you really connect with the community here. But while still having a place to be students, right? Because that was the point of the Student Group Hub, is that, you know, it's a smaller group off of the main forums, but still within the Autodesk community that you can participate in, you can rise your rank, you can get badges, that kind of a thing, while still being able to ask student questions and still be able to talk about other things. Here we call them the kitchen sink. So everything in the kitchen sink, right? We want to be able to have you show off your renders and your projects and things like that and appreciate them and provide you with a little bit more support that perhaps we don't give on the forums as you grow your skills and as you go to network. So that is what we're hoping to provide for you on the forums. I don't know if you want to add anything, Leo or Ryan, or if I was impassioned enough at 6 a.m. because I do feel passionate about it. So,
yeah, it's really nice. It's also, the aim is to be a kind of a student safe space where, yeah, you can ask the kitchen sink questions, but also we're not going to be, I'd say probably casually professional is probably the best term, whereas the AKN is very professional. They have the standards. They want stuff to be posed in a specific way to try and help them get the best answer to you. And they can be, they just cannot be always, they can be quite direct, and it can be like throwing you in the deep end, going straight onto the AKN. Whereas here, you can kind of get a bit more warmed up to the AKN and kind of get used to the culture before you go straight in with, yeah, the expert elites and professionals with how they want stuff to be answered and laid out.
And if anybody's interested, and thanks, Leo. If anybody's interested too, I mean, reach out if you want to get, you know, we're here to help you kind of things. I'm very invested and I'm very interested in making sure that this is a great experience for you. So if anything is happening on the forums, or if you want to chat, or if you saw something, I mean, feel free to reach out to me. A lot of you already have. I'm Amanda.K. You can private message me. And if you don't know how to private message, actually, I don't think that's in the knowledge base yet. So Ryan, take that, take a note for that for later. But let me know, and we'll definitely make sure to address that. And yes, AU is online, so it's great for all over the country. No traveling needed, and you still get all of the benefits of connecting with all of the experts. So, and then sorry, let me see. Can we have technical sessions related to skills that an engineering student want to learn? That is fantastic. I think that that would be a great idea for an event, something like this, or one of the classes. Everything that's going in the everything that's going in the chat, just so that you know, we're keeping, and then we're gonna go ahead and do that. But that being said, as you go through your day and you think about other things that you want, make sure to check out the post that Leo is gonna make for the Q&A for things that you want, so that we can make it happen. Polls, yep, that would make sense. So great. Well, thanks everybody for joining. Ryan, did you want to say something? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, there was just there's been some recommendations for more certifications. People were talking about the LinkedIn premiums.
I know.
And that's what they've asked for. I know that those have all been mentioned within the survey that was put out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, and I definitely hear you guys on the LinkedIn Premium and the LinkedIn Learning. Again, if you guys haven't actually gone to the learning paths yet, so the learning pathways on Autodesk, it's autodesk.com. Here, I'm going to actually pop it in the chat really quick in case you haven't seen it. This is new to Autodesk, and this is and it's being evolved. So make sure to take a look at these certification and learning pathways. The learning pathways are completely free to go ahead and take. They are incredibly detailed and involved, very useful. They blow my mind when I went through them. So make sure to take those. There is a certification that you can take on the end of it. And I know that one of the rewards in the Autodesk Ambassador Hub was certifications. I keep on seeing people redeem them, which is great. And we're looking at both of the LinkedIn and the certification too. So great. Well, you guys, make sure to reach out. Don't be a stranger. We're here. Leo's definitely here. He's the original. He's the original right there, the moderator. I'm here, and I work all the time, so feel free to reach out on a PM or a message or anything like that. And Ryan hopefully will still be hanging around after his internship ends. I'm sure that you'll be seeing him a couple of more times before we send him back to the wilds of university. But we really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your participation. And I look forward to seeing you guys more in the future. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, everybody.